Hello, everybody. We're here with our OS Town Hall. We're kind of this one might be a little short. We didn't get a lot of questions, and we don't have too many topics to talk about this time. I think that we have a few, but we have a lot of hard hitting topics. So I want to talk about that because I think there's a lot to like unpack with it. But it's just me and Sai this time around. But I will be leaving the open comments, or sorry, not open comments, the whatever, the open question submission there, and I'll take a look once we reach the end of our topic list, and we could go over there and like, as usual, we'll like look at Twitch chat as well and answer stuff there, but we'll take a look at that once we've kind of gotten through all the topics. So we have a lot. We have a lot to talk about as we enter NAS 7, which is going to be qualifiers are going to be starting this month. So if you haven't signed up, sign-ups have been open for a bit. Make sure that you get your team and sign up. But speaking of NAS, we are going to be before we hop into it, I do want to like preface that we are going to be changing the format back for those who aren't aware, we aren't changing the format back to what it was in like kind of previous seasons with a shorter landing and a 16 team liftoff double elimination and everything. So it's going to be a little bit more intense. Like each of your individual series will matter, but hopefully it's a little bit less of a slog than it was last season, where if you got into an early losers bracket, you'd have like a mountain over climb. So anyways, we'll go right into our first topic. NAS 7. NAS 7 is going to probably be the last, I'll just read it verbatim, last normal season. And I think, Saya, you wanted to talk about this, so I will let you take it from there.
Yeah, so the reality is that every season I say that Omega Strikers is dying, and every season we get a new season. And this is another one of those times, except slightly more serious. I think we are like slowly like trickling away from OS interest wise. So there will be a Nasl 7, obviously. We are running qualifiers for it. But I think that the shape of the NAS leagues will change a little bit if there is a Nasl 8. And keep in mind, every time I say if, it probably means a when. But just to remember that it probably won't be the exact same. We might not have all three tiers of competition. We might have all three tiers of competition. Just keep your expectations in check, because Omega Strikers is a zombie at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like just from my understanding of like just sentiment and stuff like that, we're like kind of on the home stretch of everything. I think me and Sai still plan on running like a lot of OS stuff for a bit. But like just to kind of be honest and open about it, right? We're looking at other things, right? I've been trying to get into FG casting, and Sai's been busy with Musume and stuff like that. So we've had a more divided attention than we've ever had. So we have to kind of accommodate that essentially, especially since kind of we've asked for people to take the keys, and people aren't particularly interested in taking the keys at this point. So yeah, that's essentially where we're at. But yeah, NAS 7 is going to have all the bells and whistles that you guys know. For the lower leagues specifically, just this is a reminder that we're going to be doing a lot of schedule smushing. So you're not going to be able to schedule your games on Monday through Thursday. It's going to be mostly a Friday, Saturday, Sunday thing. With that being said, we should have a lot more ref availability because of that. We brought on two refs. Shout out Nikki Minlin and Smags. They're going to be joining the team for this upcoming season, and we have a lot of veteran refs that know what they're doing. So we should be able to have a lot of flexibility within those 3 days, and it should be easier to kind of get everything sorted. So, yes, NAS 7 will be kind of it'll still have everything that we know and love about NAS, and we'll keep that running for sure. But yeah, when NASA rolls around, we are probably going to be thinking about other things of how to continue OS competitions in a way that's not as hard as the NAS is. So yeah.
Yeah. And expanding on that a little bit, it's just business as usual, right? Like we're not
Yeah.
gonna Odyssey Interactive you and say this is the final Nast season and watch everything die instantly. Like we've been here before. We've said similar things before, and we're still here.
Yeah.
So just keep expectations reasonable.
Yeah. So I think that at the very least, me and Saya are committed for filling out 2026 with OS competitions because NASA is going to take up a pretty large majority of that. And then after that, we'll still have other things, which obviously the next topic is something that we'll get into. But on top of that, I think we've been really wanting to run an online major. We still haven't done one since like Sheb. And whether or not Sheb 2 is the next one or there is another major that we'd like to host, we would like to do we would like to do a very big tournament at some point. So that'll definitely be on the radar after NAS. So yeah, so I think for the very least 2026 will still be pretty full of OS for at that very least. 2027 is a very big question mark, but again, like Sai said, we've all said this shit before, and we'll be figuring it out. So, yeah, that's that. This is something where if you have questions about, then we'll take them kind of at the end of the thing for like the open mic and stuff like that. But yeah, we just wanted to be open and transparent. NAS 7 is a season with all the bells and whistles, but we will rethink those whistles after the end of this.
Yeah. And the next topic is we're moving on to the next topic, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I believe we definitely are aware, of course, about EU and potentially Canada. But I believe that we do not have any plans to actively schedule around them because we expect overlap to be very little with those two events and like the next major land from us.
We've been eyeing kind of summer for Denver too, essentially. We really like the venue. It's kind of outside of the 1 hour technical hiccup that we had. It was pretty good. The staff was very accommodating. This venue is very spacious, and it was pretty damn cheap. So Denver 2 is our most likely location. If we find another, we're gonna look at other offers, I think, and especially if someone gives us a lead of like this is gonna be an awesome place. If there's somewhere in the tri-state or something like that, or even like local Philadelphia, right? We could look at that. But yeah, Denver is pretty cheap for most people. So we're gonna probably look to. We're at this point the train is going towards Denver, so that's what we'll be looking at. That being said, for those kind of not in the know, Achi and Achi's been trying to get Lanada together. We as an org have not had a lot of success, but Achi really wants to run one in Canada, and finding something that potentially is not the size of Abyss LAN would be like an A tier or a B tier, but getting something so that at least Canadians got something.
I think that this is the most realistic LAN of the plan so far because I don't think a major LAN is ever happening in Canada. Like us Americans are never gonna be responsible enough to travel. So I think that Toph like keeping expectations reasonable is a good thing, and LAN will happen next year for sure.
Yeah. And the one thing that we actually did want to talk about we want to talk about both, but the thing that we were actually a little bit more concerned about was the EU LAN. And I had conversations with Sloth, and we kind of came to the conclusion that the overlap between NA and EU LANs is going to exist, but it's not going to be very big. It's going to be single digits of people who are going to be willing to take a $1,000 flight out to Europe to then go to the venue in Europe and play in Omega Strikers competitions. So I know that some people are going. Some people from NA do want to go. Obviously, Sloth came over here, and a lot of people want to return that favor. And a lot of people are really interested to see how an NA team would be in EU and stuff like that. but we kind of talked about it, and our reasoning was that if you have the financial resources to go to Europe for an Omega Strikers land, you will also probably have the resources to come to an NA land. Um, uh, and if you don't have the resources to go to both, then going to an EU land probably wasn't super high up on your priorities list in the first place. So, uh, yeah, we talked about that, and we know that it's going to be happening over the summer. We'll know more information
It's still
as we.
it's still being planned. It's still being planned.
Yeah, it's
Don't
still
act
being
like it's
planned. Yeah.
confirmed. It's still being planned.
Oh yeah,
Things can change at any second.
Yes, I know. But generally speaking, like we'll know more as we get into 2026. But the question that we wanted to ask you guys was, is our assessment that the overlap between NA and EU being small, is that like true or not? Because if there are like 20 or 30 people that want to go to Europe for an Omega Strikers LAN, and that actually happens, then realistically, I'm okay with picking a different date for the NA LAN, because we don't want registration on our end to be lower because of EU, and obviously, we don't want to lower the registration for EU land because of NA. So we don't want them to compete with each other. So that's something that I'd like to hear you guys talk about. Are people actually planning on going to the EU land? And if you are you going to go to the EU land and not go to the NA land as a result because it's like too expensive?
Yeah, so just keep on letting us know about that while we discuss the next topic, and we'll circle back to talk about those comments in a sec. Next topic, rest in peace Atlas Lab. Yes, the qualifier map pool for the first time in 3 million years since maybe the game's recorded history. We are taking AtLab out of the pool, and I think this is a long time coming. I think AtLab being a mainstay in every single pool ever has severely limited our capabilities to make map pools that are different without like making them totally Disneyland, Mickey Mouse, Goofy, gimmick map, priority, whatever. So yeah, thoughts on us finally removing AtLab? Any things that you're looking forward to, or are you not very decided yet about what's happening?
Generally speaking, this is a continuation of our policies that we started implementing last season, where we wanted to make getting your comfort maps a lot more difficult in map pick ban, and to really reward teams that experimented really hard. Again, some of the biggest innovations that we've seen with map pick ban are when teams start scrimming on maps that are less picked, the gates, the inkies, the stuff like that. And I'm not gonna like say that we think that there's gonna be like a new competitive darling coming out of this, but AtLab has been a crutch pick for a million teams. So taking that away, saying, hey, if you want to compete in the NAS, you have to be comfortable outside of the old big three or the new big three. And really saying like, hey, you have to have that pocket gates, you have to have that pocket inkies, you have to have that pocket or something if you want to succeed.
Yeah, so. And we're not removing it like for the entire season. Let's be clear. We're just gonna treat it as just another map from now on, and I think that's like a big change in focus, because previously AtLab had the invincible status of always being at the top of every map pool. So it will still appear during the regular season, but it is completely gone from qualifiers and expected to be treated more like a normal map.
Yeah. So yeah, this topic and the previous topic was something that we wanted to get a lot of information on, because we think that both of these are going to be both of these are really, really beneficial to have direct player input on. So.
Oh, also on that, keep in mind, qualifiers now is a unified map pool. We are not doing a separate map pool for each launch pad anymore. Every single qualifier tournament has the same map pool, and so get your preparation in ahead of time.
Yeah, you're gonna have we gave you guys a lot of time. The map pool has been open since midway through October, so we think that you guys will have had ample time to prepare for this change and be ready for the removal of AtLab in the competitive pool. So, yeah.
Wow. I guess a lot of this town hall is just like us doing like stuff that we're already doing. So this
Hmm.
plans column is looking really empty. I don't even know what to put there.
I guess I could put some stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Plans. Major online tourney, online major is a hard maybe. I wanted to get that happening.
Wait.
Uh,
You put it on the box to the left.
Okay, sure.
Yeah,
Is this the right color? That's not the right color.
Well, whatever. It's close enough.
Right? Is it? There we go. Oh, beautiful.
Okay.
At lab.
Is no
sacred.
longer invincible.
Yeah.
Let's see. So circling back to the land stuff. Any comments on that? I'm scrolling up and I'm seeing like no comments, and I see interest in going to Denver again, which good, awesome. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's it for comments about the land stuff. Sloth wants to go to both.
Yeah. You go.
Good luck for your wallet, Sloth. That's all I'm gonna say.
I think that yeah. Scrolling up, it feels like our suspicions seem kind of correct. If you have the resources to go to Europe, you have the resources to go to both.
Or you're just in Europe.
Yeah, or you just are in Europe. You happen to be European. So yeah. So we're again just kind of talking with Slough. We'll obviously still communicate with each other and figure out land plannings so that ideally there is going to be at least three to 4 weeks in between the lands. So you will get a paycheck in between one land and the other, to make that burden a little bit less freaky. So we are going to do that no matter what. But outside of that, then I guess our understanding is that we're gonna have that barrier and not think too much more about that. Yeah.
All right. So now we're getting to the submitted topic list, right?
Yeah. Let me write down EU LAN 4 weeks away. 4 weeks
Gap.
separated
Just right for 4 week gap.
from NA LAN. There we go. And that's a for sure happening.
Oh, I underestimated the amount of space we had.
Yeah, that's all good though. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we're gonna go to submitted topics again. Last chance to get submitted topics in. I'll be taking a look at them once we get through these 3, and then afterwards we'll take a look at that. So, first thing first, this is a moderation one that was brought up: gimmick accounts and smurfing in general. We've seen a little bit of an uptick on people who want to like create a new account or like kill their old OS identity and start a new one. Like way more than that should be reasonable, I think, for a community of this size. We want to make kind of an official statement on that. Generally speaking, we look down on that. We don't think it's very healthy for the community. We think that this community is small and as static as this one. We should not be getting new faces that are actually just old faces again, especially if you did something that makes you feel like you should not have to kill your old OS identity. So, yeah. If we just want to make an official statement, we made a few rulings on this. If you do that, you're going to be immediately, like, no matter what your rank is, you're going to be immediately disqualified from any sort of ranked cap competition. So OSAS, ISS is entirely off the table. If we catch you doing that, you're going to be banned. You're going to be treated as if you were smurfing in OSAS or ISS. This is something that we also generally want to discourage. Again, at this point in the game's lifespan, ranked is not as serious as it once was. It never should have been serious, but it is not as serious as it once was. We should be okay with using our main accounts. Like that's just we can't just do that. Neither me or neither me or Sai has created a Smurf through the entire duration of OS lifespan. I've never played on an account that isn't Brickbat. So I do that specifically because I don't think it's necessary to have a Smurf, and I like to put my money where my mouth is. I've never made an alt account. I've never played on a different account, and I don't think Sai has either. So, um, yeah, that's our stance on that. If we catch you doing that, if you really do feel the need to kill your identity and start anew in OS, please be direct with us. You could reach out to us or any moderators and say like, hey, I want to do this. Can you please like allow me to do this and let me in?
Yeah,
And yeah,
and let's be clear, we're talking about people who create entirely new accounts and entirely new Discord identities and then complain when that account gets banned for being suspicious. You know, like,
yeah,
please, if you want to rebrand yourself, you have to tell us. And rank cap stuff is off the table. We have had issues with ban evasion in the past. We probably do have issues with ban evasion currently. We banned a suspicious account doing exactly that with like a 90% platinum win rate just like yesterday. Guys, like, it's time to stop.
yeah. So keep in mind, right? If you change your main account's name, that's fine because we have the logs, right? We have the Clarion Corp change of like what your previous names were. We could ask Aesop and stuff like that. Like there are ways that we could concretely verify your identity. The main issue is creating a whole ass new account and creating a whole ass new Discord account, and then trying to enter in tournaments. Yeah, 100% gets you removed from rank cap tournaments. We prefer if you don't even do it in NAS. NAS will be a case by case basis. I'll just say outright, this would be grounds for ejection on the NAS if we feel like it's correct. Yeah.
Okay, let's be clear. If you have a normal Smurf, like, as much as we don't like it, we don't care. This should be pretty obvious to anyone listening, right? Like, we have not like gone after people who have Smurfs and banned them. This is talking about the weird people who make a whole new Discord identity and try to sneak in as a new player. Okay, come on, yeah. We cannot be forgetting what this discussion is about midway.
Yeah, we don't give a shit about the Iron Wall 33. You know what I mean, or the Iron Spear 33. We don't give a shit about that, right? Because we know
you don't care so much that you forgot.
Exactly, right. So we only care if you are trying to pretend like you are a whole ass new person. Like that's the thing, right? So
I feel like we were pretty clear about this though.
Yeah. So yeah, we want to make that official statement known. It is absolutely grounds for, so in summary, absolutely grounds for ejection from OSS ISS. It may be grounds for ejection from the NAS. Don't do it. If you absolutely need to do it, you need to be very forthright, very forthcoming, and very clear about us. We obviously won't spread your previous identity, but we do need to know for competitive integrity.
Also, like, slightly tangentially to this, there are quite a few people who are dueling with said accounts. Guys, like, we know who you are, and it's a little weird, okay? We're not going to ban you out of nowhere, but, like, it's a little weird.
A little fucking weird. Yeah, looking weird.
Especially known banned players who are making false identities that get instantly banned and still duo with people who are, like, in the community. Come on, guys.
Yeah. A lot of people have been doing a lot of weird shit lately. And if you think I'm talking about you, then I probably am talking about you. So don't do that. Be a normal fucking person. I guarantee you there are a lot of very normal and very well-adjusted and not shitty people in this community. You can make friends. I know that, like, obviously, if you're the type of person who associate it, odds are you do have trouble finding new friends, but I guarantee you it's not that hard.
Yeah, we're not going to say, like, who exactly we banned, but there have been many people who have been banned. Well, I say many, but it's usually, like, the same, like, 3 suspects who make new identities every, like, month and try to do this. So
yeah. Okay, cool. That's that for gimmick accounts. We'll move on. Monthlies and weeklies. This has been something that we've been asked about. This is something that we've had kept an eyes on for Roster Mania. As a result, even though that is a paid entry, I still think it's kind of indicative for how hungry OS players are for this type of stuff. And our conclusions are that players are not that hungry.
Well, okay, wait, Burp, this is different
Yeah.
actually.
Oh yeah.
I think that monthlies have a future, but Roster Mania had the very clear issue that we've seen like years that if you make a second paid entry event right after another paid entry event, like it never succeeds, and we've seen that like 5 times in
Well,
a row
yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I
So
know that,
I don't think
but
it's a great
even
indicator.
even WrestleMania 1 had sign up issues. I remember looking at the 24 hours away and saw that it had 4 teams sign up, and I was like, okay, well,
Yeah, I think the conclusion is the
like,
same though.
even then,
Like
right?
instead of doing like a
Yeah.
regular tournament, we're probably most likely to try and do a big online major in the near future instead.
Hmm. Yeah. I think that with the way it is, especially because, just to be explicit, the people that normally run the weeklies and stuff like that are just busy. They've moved on to other things. We don't really have that sort of stuff to run weeklies. We don't think weeklies are going to be very beneficial to the OS community, especially for the effort put in. But yeah, we want to be running. We want to at least run stuff that isn't NAS eventually. So yeah, that's here. I'll put that down. I'll also new identities are banned from OSAS ISS, just so the note's there. And then we will have weeklies. Weeklies are dead. Monthlies might happen.
Online major is definitely what we are looking at this point in time.
Hey, we already talked about that. I'm so cool. I'm so cool. But yeah, that's wrong thing. But yeah, these yeah, we I swear to God, we are trying to do it. We are trying to still do it. But draft tournaments are a bit more interesting because that was very much Achi's wheelhouse. And Achi it wants to move on to other things. She still wants to run OS stuff, obviously, with WrestleMania and shit like that. But draft tournaments are not something that are something that me and Sai are interested in running, I think.
Yeah, right now at this point in time, they require a lot more work than I think anyone is willing to put in individually. And that's why we've seen like them kind of slowly disappear. I hope that everyone enjoyed the past draft tournaments that have happened, but each one took a lot more work than is reasonable for just people to do, I think.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's that for monthlies, weeklies, things that are not the NAS competitions. So that's LAN, weeklies, monthlies, drafts, and yeah. So I think that list that we have on the right for plans is pretty conducive, or pretty good summary. Okay. So we had a question asked, qual streaming coverage. This is something that we wanted to talk about, generally speaking, and something that has some other like messaging that we want to give. Yeah, we plan on streaming qualifiers exactly how it's always been streamed. BO1 starting from like round 1 or round 2 of Launchpad for every single Launchpad, streaming all qualifying games in Launchpad, and streaming all the as many interesting series as we possibly can for Liftoff, and streaming every possible qualifier series for Liftoff and Landing as well, I think. So the format is still, like I said earlier, the format is a little bit shorter than previous seasons. For those of you who are familiar with the League of Legends group stage, Liftoff is going to be that. It's going to be BO1s with BO3 qualifier series. So that should hopefully create very similar levels of competitive integrity in the past that we have, while making it not a nightmare slog to get through. Because Liftoff from the previous year was not where dreams just went to die, but it's where dreams were killed and murdered horribly in front of the children that made those dreams. So we don't want to do that again. Hopefully this qualifier will be a little bit less dream killy. But yeah. So yeah, we do have plans on that. But this is something that I also wanted to touch up on. please, we really, really want to encourage as many people as possible to be streaming their own perspectives of Launchpad, Liftoff, and Landing, and in general, anytime you play in any of our competitions, we really do want to have as many people streaming as possible.
Except Nasl.
Oh well, obviously,
And also you've been not very clear about this, because I think the main question was, are we going to be streaming? Yes, we're going to be streaming qualifiers, guys. Like, what kind of question is that? But like, thanks for asking. And Brickbat, I feel like you should have answered that instantly.
I did answer that. I said we'd be streaming every qualifier thing.
Oh,
like
okay,
I said, like,
my bad.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. It's fucked up. All right. Anyways. So, but yeah. Unless you are in Nasl, obviously don't stream your Nasl matches. But if you're even in NASA or NAST, you can stream. We are going to encourage that, because we no longer will have that stream coverage. While the Giga Sunday stream was awesome and we loved it, it also killed us, and we couldn't finish out the season by doing them. We had all the VODs, and I really want to shout out Patat and a lot of the refs for organizing that, so that at least players had access to VODs, and a lot of them were casted as well. So again, a huge shout out to the entire ref team on that as well. But yeah, it is something that we realized that we couldn't really do. It was not really something that's feasible. And even though I'm very, very happy that the system itself worked and it was logistically sound, we just didn't have the hours or the manpower to do it. So, that being said, NASA, NAST, outside of playoffs, you will have stream coverage for playoffs, but you probably will not have stream coverage for the regular season. So I highly, highly encourage you to stream your perspective. Yeah. So yeah, I predicted that question from Sloth. So W. But yeah. If you're an OSAS ISS player listening to this, shout out to you for being an OSAS ISS player and not having as much of an investment in the community as some of the NAS players might have, but still showing up for this. I really want to appreciate that. But please stream your perspectives. I think that's very, very big. This leads into another thing as well. I have been talking with some people. I've been trying to get casting opportunities, because this season in particular is very dry for people who are interested in casting, but want to get into it, but like aren't at the level of NAS and the finale and stuff like that. Sai, if you want to take over it.
Yeah, so it is a bit of an overall trend, though. I think that new caster interest is right now at an all-time low, right? Like, compared to the past. Of course, like, for the people still interested, we would like to create opportunities, but I think everything is on a downswing, and that also means that we don't have as many new casters that we need to onboard.
Yeah. I do know that I had some people reach out to me who are interested in casting. There's always a few people. We get staff applications for that stuff. And I want to create opportunities for them to learn, so they at least have that opportunity. So be on the lookout for that. So hopefully we'll get you guys some games that you could cast. I've really wanted to do casting workshops, streamed casting workshops on that. That I'd be streaming just on my own channel. That'd be kind of unofficial and stuff like that. So if you wanted to learn in a very low stress environment, that's something that you could reach out to me. That'll be something that I'll know about in the upcoming weeks. That I've been talking with some players about and that sort of thing. I wanted to do it with OSAS, but I like playing video games on Friday nights, so I realized that. So I might not be doing that, but I'll try to get at least something in. Anyways, yeah. So if you are interested in being a new caster, this season is a little bit dry, but we are working to alleviate that so that there are pathways where people are interested in casting. Because at the end of the day, I can't speak for Saya, but that is something that I am pretty passionate about. It's one of my favorite parts of interacting with the US community.
Yo. You say I can't speak for Saya when I'm the guy that did the entire caster development for Best in Slot. Like,
okay, see, so you're speaking for yourself. So you're right. I can't speak for you. I'm so right.
Like 90% of the casters are a result of me.
I just got a message from Sloth. Sloth. In Europe, if you're willing to wake up early in the morning, he might have casting opportunities for you. And I just got a DM from Toph, and I can only guess what that is. Uh, okay, never mind. Yeah, Toph is going to be looking for casting opportunities as well. So those outside of BIS, there are still things that you could reach out to. So reach out to Slav, reach out to Toph, potentially, and see what they
But
can do.
be very careful. If you're a new caster, be very, very aware of the way to get good at casting, okay? The worst thing that can happen to a new caster is being paired with another new caster and being thrown out there to die on a block. If that happens, just leave. You know, like, I trust in those two people to not do that, right? But in general, it is nearly impossible to break bad habits in casting. I have tried. I have taught people from the ground up, but people who have ingrained bad habits, like, I can't fix them sometimes, you know? Like, keep in mind that if you just, like, get trapped in bad habits by being thrown out to die on a block with another new caster, like, it's over.
So just keep that in mind. But that being said, yeah, outside of BIS, there are still casting opportunities. Be on the hunt for those. Fuck it. I'll just say, stream your own damn games. Just fucking like I know all you freaks have in-house servers. I know all you freaks just hit up your friends and be like, let's play custom. Just fucking cast those. And you can just stream that and just
And
do
also
that.
Brickbat and my DMs are open if you want, like, actual casting advice. Like,
like I've done. Saya has done many casting sessions, and I have done a lot of casting VOD reviews. So we're pretty, for OS at least, we're pretty freaking experienced for that.
But yeah, definitely reach out because I do not wish to see people just, like, die in casting, you know? Like, I would prefer people, like, even if, like, they don't do BIS stuff, like, not like completely die in the casting journey, because I've seen it happen. And Dropletto, you're, like, twisting my words, because low key, the only thing that you need to actively improve is your voice. Because you're kind of like Brickbat. You kind of like talking, and you're naturally funny. But Brickbat's voice has improved a lot.
I know. So I got this new mic too. All right. Cool. Okay, cool. So so I wanted, this is since it's very town hall-y, I'm bumping my soapbox and stuff like that. If you guys are interested in casting, it is easier than you think to create your own opportunities. It really is, and we have open DMs, just ask questions, stuff like that. And I know that I talked with people, especially like either one-on-one or after the the infamous Muldrifter Nunzi ego match in Westcourt. I know that a bunch of people reach out to me after that. If you're one of those people, please don't be afraid to send a DM. I promise I won't bite. Okay. Cool. So that's that. I'm gonna take a look at the town hall submissions.
Guys, if you have something you want us to talk about, tell us now.
Yeah.
And yes, Beefware, you are great, but it's just a game knowledge gap. Like, that's literally it for you. And okay. I think you know that too.
Okay, we got a question, a very general question. General stuff that is happening with Bestie and Slot. Stuff that we are growing and optimizing, maintaining what we currently have, and what's reducing and going away. So we talked about that before. Stuff that's being reduced. Lower league streaming support is just not something that we're really going to offer this season. Again, please stream your perspectives. If you want to cast on your own channel or do anything with those games, entirely your content. Do anything that you want with it. Obviously, if you could shove us in the credits somewhere as like this is a a Bestie and Slot tournament event or whatever, that'd be awesome. But other than that, it is like you could do what you want with it. Put it on stream, cast it terribly. Do what you want. So, oh yeah, stay a constant distance away from it. Yeah, sorry, it's such a bad habit because I just like shake around, I guess, in my chair a ton. But yeah, I should definitely do that. Or what I should do is I should just hold the mic in front of me, so when I move, the mic moves with me. I don't know if this is creating like a Doppler effect right now. I don't think it is, but anyways. So, any plans on growing? We talked about casting opportunities. We still want to do that. Our referee team is doing pretty dang good. But a thing that has been kind of a little bit understaffed for the last couple of seasons is the stats team. I've talked with some people about it. I haven't talked with people in a while about it though. But we are working on making stats a little bit easier this season, hopefully, to at least track so we have some more consistent stuff. But that would be something that we could look into making a little bit more, but that would depend on expertise, because I don't think we could train anyone in stats. It'd be people who are experts on stats coming in and offering their help. So, are there any games that we're looking into outside of the horse game? For me, at least, I actually I try to make my first step into casting Grand Blue. I'd really like to do that. Hopefully, you'll see me and Saya on some random weekly for that game soon. When are we having a Melty tournament? Oh, that's actually a good question. Yeah, I don't think Bessie Brawl is ever going to come back, but I did talk with Saya very briefly on the idea that if we did not have a lot of FG casting opportunities, that we could make them ourselves. We could just do that. And it's a lot of pain, but we could do that, like a lot of stuff. Rabbit and Steel, Saya, do you want to talk about that?
Rabbit and Steel DLC. I'll probably be doing some stuff. Maybe. We don't have any plans currently. We'll think about it, but as you saw in the actual launch of Rabbit and Steel, like, I'll see, because the most viewed clip on the Best in Slot channel is Rabbit and Steel, which is kind of messed up actually.
Yeah, but it's a bit weird to think about. But yeah. We do want to look into some other games. Obviously, we've split attention and stuff like that. Sai's still doing the Uma Musume stuff with like Victoria Frontier and stuff like that. I don't know if I'm going to do anything.
And Grand Blue Jason. And honestly, like I think we are very likely to move into some fighting game stuff. But that is still like mid to far future. Like right now, we're just like we're kind of just trying to make it so that we have free time again, like
yeah like this channel's in followers only mode, Josiah?
It's been in followers only mode for 3 years, bro.
Wait, oh yeah, huh well, I learn something new every day. Anyways, do you intend to stream big games like League or CS? Almost certainly not. Yeah, my bad, Vaughn. Sometimes I'm just like unaware of things. Yeah, that's on me, guys. I'll take credit for that one. That's on me. That was a pretty big one. Okay, but yeah, do I intend to stream big games like League of Legends or Counter-Strike? Almost certainly not. Yeah, like Cliff mentioned, those are already saturated. But also, me and Sai just personally don't have an interest in those games.
I think that we could succeed at casting League, but like Brickbad said, there's just like no openings. Realistically,
yeah.
It's just not realistic.
Yeah. So if we ever do something, it'll be like some stupid fucking one-off. Like, let's see if I don't know. Let's see if Dropleto fucking runs it down. On fucking
yeah, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, we'll see that. That's what we're gonna do.
2xKO stuff. We're also thinking, but like. We only succeed when we pick a random game that we're actually like interested in, right? That's what happens with Mega Strikers. That's what I've done for the entirety of this channel's existence. I've picked random games that I'm pretty excited about, and I watch as like the first tournament gets like 200 entrants, and then watch everyone disappear because it's a Discord fighter.
Yeah. So to kind of like. If we want to move into a new game, personally, it doesn't really work unless we're both really passionate in it, and can support each other through that. But yeah, so yeah, we aren't interested in 2xKO. It's I think it's a little bit too saturated.
And also, like, we just don't have the passion for that game, Like,
yeah, neither me or Saya likes the game. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But if there are recommendations like games that could use a scene or like are really fucking good, I'm always willing to try them out. Feel free to just hit me up with that sort of stuff. I'll at least give games like a look-see, because we are always interested in that sort of stuff. Smack asked it earlier, if people could help Biss in some way, what would you need help with the most? If anyone wants to run the monthlies, God, please run the fucking monthlies, bro. That is the one gaping hole. If you want monthlies, please run them. We will support you and shit like that. But
Guys, and
like,
don't just say it's time and do nothing. We have seen people
yeah,
do that over 100 times throughout the entirety of OS. Don't
yeah,
say it's time and just like, and it's not time. It's never time.
yeah. It's never time until you actually make the whole last start GG page and have it pass our QA. That's when it's actually time. So, so yeah, we do like if that's our biggest like hole that we think could be realistically filled. If you want to run the monthlies, please reach out and apply. And we'll take a look. So, yeah, that's that one. So I'm gonna move on to the next question because we still have another submission. Oh, ha, OS Worlds. Okay, so this came out of a conversation that I had with Sloth at LAN, where we discussed kind of in depth. No, this is not an announcement. Nope, no. I'm killing the hype. It's not happening yet. All right, it's nowhere near it. All we had we had half of a blueprint. All right, so what we could theoretically do, as we know right now, or what we talked with Sloth about, is that I've said this for a couple of years now, but we do have the experience and logistical capacity to run OS Worlds. We don't have the money. We absolutely don't have the money. But it's somewhere in, I think it was like somewhere in the 20 grands range, where if we got that much money, we could realistically afford to pay for a flight and an Airbnb for like 1 to 2 international teams per region. So we would be talking about the format. It'd be something where it would be, we'd probably have invitations based off of the perceived strength of the region. So we would have 3 from NA, 2 from EU, 1 from South America, 1 from Asia, that sort of thing, like to get an 8-man tournament or something like that. But we do have the logistical capacity and the idea and format of that decided. So if we end up with a lot of surplus money for some reason, or in a world where players say, I'm willing to pay for my flight if I actually qualify, OS Worlds can happen. So yeah, that was a question that would be asked.
But I feel like this is like our answer always, though. Like, we can run it, we just don't have the money.
Yeah. But I wanted to make like an official statement, like the plans are in the vault. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if anyone happens to drop 20 grand, we could do it. We can run OS Worlds, and we can put the question to rest once and for all. How good is Era? We could because every region thinks differently about it, and we can finally answer that fuck-ass question. How good is this character?
Let's be clear, though. I think the debate was ended when Dropletter lost to it at LAN.
Yeah, that's true. but it could finally be put to rest definitively, depending on the region that wins. So, yeah. Yeah, that's our stance on OS Worlds. What does she even do? Hopefully she gives us 20 grand to answer the damn question.
And I feel like I had another thing. Oh yeah, a bunch of us are going to Frosty Frosting, so if you're in the area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both me and Sai will be there. We submitted our applications for the Chicago Mystery Tournament. We have a pretty low chance of getting in. But if that does actually happen, well, I guess you'll see us. But we're going to be there regardless. I'm going to be playing a Grand Blue tournament and malding after not getting out of pools. But also me and Saya wanted to get a lot of like TO experience, so we'll probably be helping run pools for some of the tournaments.
And also, it's kind of messed up that I've gotten to know way more fighting game people from Uma Musume than 3 years of Omega Strikers. It's kind of like really messed up, actually.
Anyways, so yeah, that's our stance on everything. That's all the submitted questions that we wanted to go over.
Guys,
Yeah,
guys,
no one
guys, guys,
submitted.
go ask questions now.
Yeah, no one has submitted
Ask in
anything
chat,
new.
ask
So
in chat, ask in chat
yeah,
right now.
we'll be answering stuff in chat.
Okay, so hop on Melty, not right now. CM5 team. I haven't decided. What's your favorite color? Right now, I think it's like lavender. Guys,
What
we
was my
need
favorite
to ask
color?
quicker.
I don't know.
Shampoo
Shampoo
brand?
brand? I don't know. Whatever the fuck is on sale.
Yeah, whatever's in the shower right now.
Yeah. What's my favorite color? God, I have to think of that. I honestly, hmm.
How do you run your own monthly? Just like DM us. Like,
Yeah.
can I get a quick summary of what I missed? The summary is in the plans. We have a whole color-coded plans thing.
Yeah. Oh God, my favorite color. I'm still thinking.
How
I'll
many-
just. I don't know. I'll say lavender too. Fuck it. I
Wow,
didn't want,
wow,
like,
wow, wow, wow,
okay,
wow.
I didn't want to say lavender because I was like, I don't want to copy Saya, but like, I don't know. Purple is my favorite.
Okay,
color.
how many licks does it get to the
Actually,
center of
I'll s-
Dubu soup? Probably a lot.
Yeah.
Top 3 goalies on the current patch
Wait.
go IDC if you haven't played the game. I have not played the game recently. I used to be the guy that like actually plays the game and like the staff member that's like just gets to Pro League casually every season, but like I have not actually played the game like this season. So
Okay.
let's see. Low key, I think it's Dubu Fini Juno. Unordered. Unordered.
Well, okay, I don't know about Juno, but Dubu Fini sounds right. Okay, actual question: is there a formal process for suggesting games? No, DMS. DMS or talk about it in staff. I know that we've done similar things in the past, so we'll respond when we
Favorite
can.
image on the screen right now? Water. Can we be friends? I haven't talked to you that much, so maybe. Single player video game. Uma Musume Pretty Derby. Is there a formal process for suggesting games?
I answered that.
Okay. Did I eat drink today? No.
I did.
If your
I
main
had
is named Natty
vegetables.
Fangirl, but we all know that you're Lola Mao, that's fine as long as you don't make a Discord account called Natty Fangirl and try to be a new person. Let's see, what else?
Does that mean that there's another NA LAN? Yes, we plan on having another NA LAN in summer 26.
Which Juno gear though? Pauldron's always. But realistically a Jack button, but like Pauldron's always. Brickbat, are you doing any Pokemon draft leagues?
No, I don't think so. Maybe one day, but no plans currently.
What?
But you should play the. Actually, you know what? There might be because Pokemon Tectonic's giving a PvP in its next update, so that's the thing. What happened to Kamidare? It rebranded and died.
Yeah, Bestian slot's such an upgrade, guys.
Yeah. Why am I so beautiful? 7 to 8 hours of sleep each day.
This Draft League 1, we were actually thinking about that during the gap between beta to launch. Like, that was actually one of our bigger ideas, and we just didn't end up doing it.
If a Nasl playoff team disbands, what happens to their spot? It gets taken up by the team below them.
Yeah, it just goes down. Like, so will the lands not overlap? Probably not. Like, we aren't thinking about it too hard, but it's easy to make them not overlap. Favorite Uma, light hello. Heads or tails? Well, predictions at tails, right? Kazan umbrella merch. We don't have really a way to do custom umbrella prints at the moment, so unfortunate. Play better, win more for when.
Ooh.
Not
our question to answer.
Dubu plushie when.
Can I explain the plot of Pokemon Mystery Dungeons Explorers of Sky?
Weston's playing it right now. Don't spoil.
Yeah, Isekais if it was good. All right, Dubu plushie when? Not enough to answer. Yeah. We will have some more merch coming out soon. Ideally, actually, by this time next week, we should have a little bit of a mini merch line coming out. And we plan on trying to do something for Christmas. So that'll be our upcoming merch for that. So all as usual, all the proceeds go to either the artists that made them or the prize pools and operations for Bestie and Slot.
Yeah, and keep in mind, like, our merch revenue is not very good. So So just keep that in
Yeah.
mind. Like,
Yeah.
let's see.
Yeah. Big recession indicator.
Yeah, but the biggest recession indicator for us though is the number of questions we get in town hall.
Yeah. How are Nast and Nasty regular games going to be scheduled? Is it going to be the same system? It's going to be a similar system. You're going to be using Seshbot like you normally did, but what's going to be different this time is that instead of refs posting their varied availabilities week by week, which will make for inconsistent availabilities on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm going to make each referee choose a 4-hour block on Friday, Saturday, Sunday that they fill as much as possible throughout the regular season. So this makes things easier for refs because they know that they only have to dedicate that specific time each week. It makes it easier for teams because you will have a consistent slot every single time that you could go back to. And then it will also make the kind of the scheduling chaos of the midweek disappear because everyone's going to know their slots ahead of time, what you can and can't sign up for. And hopefully any communication of like slots that can't be filled because like a ref like had an emergency or they are on vacation or something like that, that'll be communicated ahead of time so we have a really good understanding of what the availabilities are. But our ref team is like 11, so theoretically if every ref took 4 hours, that's 44 hours of ref time every week for 20 games, or 20 series, which seems like it should fit pretty cleanly. So that's how you do it. So be on the lookout. It's the same as last season. Be on the lookout for the NAS scheduling channel where we'll be posting the available slots, and it's going to just be like talk with your opponent, first come, first serve. Like that's just how it's going to be.
Okay.
Let's see.
So is the VOD going to be up? The VOD's already up on YouTube and it's already up on Twitch, and guys, like every single VOD in the past 2 years has. Okay, well. Whatever. How would you rate the draft of the new OS? So technically that's supposed to be like mostly secret, but this one's really good. The previous one is like on like my opening scale, the previous one would be like a pretty chill like 6 out of 10, and that's pretty high, given my scale, But the upcoming one. That one's going to be, like, legitimately good. Like, we're going to completely mog the world's music video from this year. Speaking of, like, the world's music video from this year sucked. Like, holy, like, it felt like no one directed that, Like, what happened? Anyway. Would you ever give a channel to somebody else for OSAS ISS? Maybe, but no one has stepped up ever in the history of OS, and we don't expect that to actually happen. Like Omega Strikers has only had one consistent streamer for tournaments in its entire lifespan, and you're talking to that guy.
It's time. Yeah. Have you ever considered running a LAN with other OS events, like a mini con? That's actually like the dream. Low key, like that's the dream. If we could do that and run like BestieCon or whatever, and we'd have like 3 or 4 games that we'd run brackets for, that's like honestly like my pipe dream.
Also,
like,
keep in mind, like I'm not like super perfectionist about it nowadays, but for someone to like stream OSAS ISS and be like the mainstream, they would have to be like an improvement from just watching people's POVs, and most people just sitting in a Discord call streaming like people's games. Like that is not an improvement, like. You're not adding something meaningful to the game, and in fact, I would much rather just watch a player's POV.
Yeah. But sorry, going back to it, the BestieCon would be fucking awesome if that ever happened. I'd really like that. That's like a little like pet dream of mine. Whatever, something dream.
Yeah,
of mine.
It is ideal. Yeah, like if we can just run an event where we do a bunch of different things, and like next LAN might be that if everything lines up, but it's hard. It's difficult.
Yeah. Next LAN is like 6 or 7 months away. So 6 or 7, 8 or 8 months away at this point. So, yeah, it is right. Summer.
You became the very thing you swore to destroy.
What?
Say the numbers again.
Oh my god, no, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up.
Okay.
Whatever, shut up.
On how to spice up draft. So we have explored Fearless extensively, but the issue is that Omega Strikers just has no characters. Like the character roster is tiny. Like realistically, the most we'll ever do is having bans persist across the series, I guess. But like that's like the most we'd ever do.
Yeah, the fearless bans or whatever. Yeah, we don't have enough to do fearless drafts. If we had like 5 more characters, we'd probably be doing it. We'd probably already be doing a fearless draft if we had 5 more characters. But yeah. Yeah, Couchcast of the Poodad calls was fucking awesome. It's one of my memories. One of my favorite casting times.
You know, Bosher, you're kind of like onto something. Maybe BlizzCon becomes the Discord fighter event. Maybe we have like the most obscure 1v1 games along with Omega Strikers.
Yeah, that'd be dope. I'd actually really love to do that. That sounds fucking awesome. But like, we A, don't know where the Discord fighters are, and B, like we don't know the people of those communities.
Well,
like, we
let's
don't
be
want to.
clear, I know the people.
Okay, well, I know the people. Guys.
No,
Look at this guy. He knows people.
The thing is, like, those are like the most obscure games where I'm not even sure people will fly out, like, because they're so obscure and the communities are so tiny and they get single-digit weekly entries. So,
yeah,
like we're not talking about like sub communities of larger games. We're talking about like games that you've maybe heard about, but it's not a sure thing, and you probably haven't heard about them. It's that kind of thing.
yeah. Yeah, but like, yeah, BessieCon's a fucking awesome idea. I've been thinking about it for a while too. But I realistically, I don't know if it's like, if it's super realistic. So if the opportunity presents itself, I will absolutely take it. But if it doesn't, then it doesn't.
Yeah, if you're like legitimately interested in doing streaming things, like DM me. Even though I act very like negative about it, like I'm not just gonna like say no, you know. Like I'll talk with you through the idea, and if it's realistic, then awesome. But yeah, just DM me.
Yeah. Oh, have you ever tried Fearful Draft? Yes, actually, it's just called Demir's On. That's Fearful Draft.
A Fearful Draft because the casters just get afraid at the number of mirror matchups that they have to cast over and over.
Yeah. Oh my god. Speaking of 2xKO, that Echo character, a little bit interesting. That's Fearful Draft. That's what 2xKO has right now.
Let's see.
Anyways.
All right. Any last words? Chat.
Yeah. What is AFQM? I don't know what AFQM is.
We like got through a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, but we didn't take any
AFQM,
notes,
a few quick matches.
Yeah. Shit.
I don't know. I'm just not that interested in the game like that. It's again like it's something that we have to be excited about. Drop Melty already has its events, you know, like Lunar Phase exists. In fact, if Bestian Slot didn't exist and I was like 2 years older, I probably would have been in the Lunar Phase mines because they're in New York. This AMQ event? So funnily enough, like there has been AMQ on this channel a long time ago. A long time ago as a side event to a different event.
Can I host a potential town hall for OSS ISS following a poll and discussion with all? There's some potential changes I may want to do. Sure, but why the fuck didn't you do it for this one?
Sure, but the bigger thing is it really a town hall worthy event? Like, I feel like
like the vast majority of people that showed up to town hall are people who have stuck around for a few years, and like a lot of OSS ISS players do not stick around for a few years.
Yeah, OSS ISS town hall would not like get a lot of people attending. I think it would be better to just do polls and just like talk over Discord.
Unless you're there's some delinquents, as we like to call them. They won't graduate, but
the 13th season is a charm, just like how the LPL was definitely gonna beat Faker on the 13th try at Worlds.
But generally speaking, like the nature of ISS OSAS is that it's transient because people leave eventually as they rank out or graduate. So, like it's weird to have like a town hall thing for. But yeah. that's that. I think. Yeah, I think for like long-term biz stuff, it'd be like either like the Con Dream. But personally for me, like I want to focus like I really want to try to get into FG casting. That looks really fun. So yeah. Um. If we announce it as such, I just mean for this upcoming season is all. And like most of them are just email worthy. I mean, we can figure something out if there needs to be a new format in which announcements are made, because that's what it's starting to sound like either. Then we could talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah, like it really could just be an email. So, but like
Yeah,
the town halls didn't exist until like super late into OS's lifespan because we didn't like feel like there was enough interest. But like there is, but it's kind of like barely, you know.
Wait, I feel like we've had town halls since like season 4.
Yeah, but that's
No,
late.
season 3. I guess
That's pretty late.
I guess that's fair. Yeah, but yeah. Okay, cool. That I think might be anything. I'm gonna check the submissions one more time. But feel free again to just put anything in chat if you'd like, and we'll answer them. But if no one has anything to say, then we'll give it a few minutes and conclude our 10 hall here. Let's talk about post ISS. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, cool.
Guys, the last chance to ask us randomly anything that I'll feel obligated to answer.
Team Daiwa or Team Vodka? Oh God.
Guys,
Vodka.
There's a third one you're forgetting. You know, when you're talking about Daiwa Scarlet.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
vodka,
Everyone knows
please,
about
please
Aston Martin. We know the joke.
Lilipun's a huge Aston Martin fan, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know that, but I'm Team Vodka, so yeah. Can I do a handstand? Actually, I don't think I can. Unassisted? Like, I don't think I can. Wait. I'm not gonna try. No, you can't.
If I tried and like fell over, I would like explode.
Who's my favorite player of all time? Myself.
The brick wall. You guys ever got the itch to compete? I did once upon a time, and then I realized that if I wasn't doing event stuff, the events would suck.
Yeah. Either said it for me. I want ISS. Guys, you guys are forgetting I used to be a top earner in this scene back in DreamHack Dallas.
Okay,
guys,
let's get
not
you to bed.
Let's not forget, guys.
Just like how we shouldn't forget that I have a lifetime winning record against Streak in best of 5s. Sorry, best of 3s. Best of 3s at like major tournaments, you know, like
yeah.
Guys. Anyway.
Yeah, just speaking of it though, I haven't gotten I got the urge to compete, but I feel like winning ISS felt really like really good closure because as an admin, I literally cannot continue. So like ISS was the end of the line for me on the pipeline. So once I won that, and shout out the Moon Warlords and shout out every team I've had in those things. So that'd be Cardsmith, Ayla Lyra, Nikki Minolin, Spartan, Acacia, Flambeau, Weston, Victory Bacon. God, I swear I'm missing someone. Oh my God, I might be missing something. They're gonna kill me. But like shout out to those guys. You guys were awesome. I said Nikki and Flambeau. But yeah, Acacia is Liv. But yeah, shout out to all of those guys. They were really awesome to team with, and they were super fun. But yeah, the reason that my kind of will to compete kind of evaporated after ISS was like, well, I can't go any farther, and I kind of won the highest thing that I possibly could have, and it's a really good closure. So since then, I haven't really had the urge to like grind or improve at OS anymore. And I feel like I was one of those players that like I kind of like paced myself because as like an admin, I was like I could just like get better at the game at my own pace. So I never really like hard grinded the game to burnout. I was pretty consistent with my like engagement, I guess, with trying to get better. But yeah, I've reached the end of that line, so I don't have too much itch to compete anymore. I much prefer TOing and casting. I find that much more fulfilling. How many nasty teams could Brickbat Saya you may beat in BO1s with a month of prep time?
Guys, these kinds of questions suck. Last time it was asked, it was like every single time these questions are asked, like they're so uninteresting in terms of comparisons. Like they're completely out of the realm of like reasonable, like interesting discussion. Like there's a way to ask these questions, but like you have to like actually be aware of people's skill levels when you ask them. Please.
I don't know. Yeah, we'd probably fucking lose to Nasty. Yeah, I think Fresh is right. I think we wouldn't even be able to beat like E-Boy Entourage or like Rochills, like any of the team that bottomed out in Nasty last season.
A
Anyway.
month of prep time implies that Yume will be interested enough to prep for a month.
Does Yume even know the whole roster? I don't know. Is that a baby hippo in the GIF? As far as I can tell. We're saying Yume in the Big 25. Yeah, that's true.
Is Yume the Agnes Tachyon of Omega Strikers? Hey guys, wait a second. That's like the. Wait, he kind of is. He kind of just like disappeared.
Didn't even like win anything though. Like, Agnes Tachyon won things.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah, wasn't he like 6th place Nasl one?
Okay, I think we're good to stop now. I think we've talked about everything. It's been an hour.
Can I respond to your DMs? Yeah. Okay. Yes, I responded to your DMs. Okay. Yeah, I think that's that. We will give 15 seconds to guys,
the ad's about to hit us like a nuke. I've put it off for as long as possible. Who do we raid? There's no one to raid. No one's alive.
Is it really?
I've checked multiple categories and not just the OS one, and I don't see a single person who is raidable.
Wow. Holy shit. Yeah.
You know what? It's time to go to the art category.
Everyone is here. That's why I was. Which of you could eat 3 hot dogs and run 100 meters faster? Me, 100%.
Yeah,
I don't think it's even close. I don't think it's even close. Yeah.
Well, actually,
like Sai is like
it's kind of close. Loki, it's kind of close.
Sai is you're half my body weight. No way you're downing 3 hot dogs faster than me.
Back when I was in high school, I could eat an entire Costco pizza. No problem.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
No, you're fucking lying to me.
No, I'm not. Like, in high school, I could.
I don't think I've ever been able to down a full ass Costco pizza. No, bro, you're lying. You're fucking lying. I think it's you're aggrandizing. Like you self-aggrandize in high school and then you remember that aggrandizement. There's no fucking way. You'd be way bigger than you are right now if you did.
No, but like,
dude,
I notably don't gain weight though.
Dude, a Costco pizza is like 5% of your body weight.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way, man.
Okay, goodbye. Goodbye, everyone. We're still live though. We're still live.
Yeah,
but,
I know we're still live, but that's crazy. Who do we end up rating?
Art stream.
Who? Because I have like an extension on Firefox.
The Bagel Chan.
The Bagel Chan. Well, who's this guy? The Bagel Chan. Look at this shit.
All right, I'm gonna end the stream now.
What a UI.
Goodbye.
What a UI.